Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Most of y'all know me because I'm already y'all on my Facebook page, so it is what it is. Um, I just wanted to talk to y'all about something because it's really, it's getting annoying to me. Very, very, very annoying. And if most of y'all know me, I'm very patient. I don't get mad. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Nothing really bothers me, unless it's something that's just I really got to deal with it. Um, but these last 12 days, people have been getting on my nerves and really annoying me. You know what I'm saying? And really, if you draw down on it, it's been the last 3 4 days. But before I get into that, I again want to extend my condolences and prayers to the families of those who lost their loved ones. One in the fires out in LA, right, in Cali. Second, to the folks who lost their families, loved ones, friends in the plane crash from the plane that was coming from Wichita to Reagan. Um, Also to the four folks who lost their lives in the plane crash in Philly, because it's 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 unimaginable to lose a family member that way. You know, a lot of people that were on the Wichita airplane, they had family waiting for them in the airport. Some of them weren't even there. Some of them were in other places, waiting for their wife or their husband to come home. There was a Delaware man. His name was Vitali Key or K. I'm sorry. His wife was on the plane coming from Wichita to DC, and he called his wife, or his wife and his daughter were on that plane, and he called his wife, but he didn't get an answer. So he didn't know till the next day, or he didn't know till later on that his wife had passed. Wife and his daughter had passed. You know, it's it's sad what's going on. So again, prayers and condolences out to all of those who lost their lives, their families left behind, and their family and friends. Um, but what bothers me even more than that is the stereotypes attached to those tragedies. You know, it's it's unnecessary. It shows no empathy, no sympathy, and no just genuine care for a human being. And I don't even understand like how people can get from point A to point Z. Everything is blamed on somebody. Something is blamed on DEI. DEI had nothing to do with that plane crash in DC. It had nothing to do with the plane crash in Philadelphia. It had nothing to do with the fires. But they always have to attach it to somebody, and and DEI doesn't necessarily just mean black people. That doesn't necessarily mean disabled people. It's just lumped in, but you know what they mean overall, and that's my problem. You know, I made a Facebook post. I think it might have been Thursday, might have been Friday. I don't know. I was doing so much, I don't know. And I made a post referencing why was the why were these tragedies attached to DEI? The first one of the few um, comments I got was, "Who said it was DEI? How did this come out? I need a link. I need to see if this is the truth. And that part was the part that really sent me to cause me to be on here now. Because it tells you that people are not locked in. People are not locked in with who they are as a person. People don't pay attention to what's going on in the world. People don't pay attention to what's going on in their lives because their identities are all wrapped into politics. People are lost genuinely. Not all, because that's generalizing. Not all people are locked in, like, or not all people are detached or just not mentally lazy. Not all people are like that, but there are a good majority that are. Because this has been on the these last two tragedies. One happened Wednesday night, right? One happened Friday or Thursday going into Friday, or might have been Friday, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Those two things happen. How do you not know that? And then press conferences were given after the fact saying that these two issues, including the fires in LA, were attached to DEI. All you have to do, because majority of the adults and teenagers, some kids, and some even babies have smartphones. Look in your smartphone. Look in your smartphone, man. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? It don't take 5 seconds to Google a reputable source and look it up. You know what I'm saying? And but people, and when I say people are lost, people are lost for, it's not just one reason why people are lost, man. People are lost because of social media. Then people are lost because of mainstream media. People are detached. You know what I mean? People are detached. And what I mean by that is, when I say people are lost, people only take in what the people are mentally lazy. People take in bits and pieces of information and then they run with that. And it may not even be true because one, they don't take the time to go research it. They don't take the time to go to a reputable source, read what's going on, so then you can have an informed education of what's going on. People don't do that anymore. Reading and comprehension and watching and just getting and going and researching information, those days are gone. And it's sad because people need it. Because to me, a lot of the reason why we are in the situations we are now because people are mentally lazy. People don't want to go read. They think reading is, I need to go to a book. No, use your phone. That's what it's there. It's a smartphone. Type in, hey, project, whatever that case may be. Look it up, read it. Read it. Don't read one bit of piece. Don't just give me a clip and say, this is what this is. No, read the whole thing. If you got time to go to the club, you can read. If you got time to go online or go to the mall and buy some shoes or buy a dress or buy some kicks, whatever the case may be, read. You got time to read because that's your free time. You can read. So then when you get out here and you have this crazy conversation because you don't know what you're talking about and people looking at you like you crazy, then you want to get in your feelings because people are taking down your opinion when it should really be a fact-based opinion because the information is there. You just didn't go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole going back to the air traffic controller thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that was blamed on DEI, but the previous administration before that Before this one, not the one that just came out. The one before that was the one who enacted it for air traffic controllers. So now they're the problem. They wasn't the problem 4 or 5 years ago. You know, simple things, man. People just don't read. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then people, you know, say they've lost their identity. People identify more now as a group than they do as a human being. And that's a problem when when you're talking and communicating with people on a daily basis, man. I don't want to hear your politics. When I talk to people, hey, how are you doing? Are you okay physically? Right? Are you okay mentally? Are you building anything? What are you doing with your hobby? What was on TV last night? What new movie did you watch? How was your trip? What new music you listening to? You don't get those conversations anymore. It's, well, I need to identify myself with radical left or I'm a Republic, or, you know, the Republicans are crazy or the Democrats are crazy. What about you as a human being, man? Get back to being who you are. Get back to your first name and your last name. Who are you? What's your first name and last name? How are your mom and your dad doing? How's your daughter and your son doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? Do you know who you are anymore? Because when you talk to people, majority of people now, when they talk to people, everything starts political. You can't go to work without a political conversation now. You never get the good. It's always something negative, man. Like, when did life become so negative? I understand everybody go through something in life. Everybody's currently going through something. But there's got to be some sunlight in your life. You know what I'm saying? And some of it is people get their identity from their politics. Some of it is from social media. Sometimes get off line, man. Like, go outside, dude. Like, you know, even though I'm talking to you from inside, I'm going back outside when I get out of here. I got some other stuff to do. But, you know, find out who you are as a human being, man. Like, don't tie your mental health, don't tie your self-worth and what you can do and not do in life to a group, whether it's on social media or whether it's out here with these politicians. Don't tie yourself to that. You are worth more than that. Find out who you are. I don't care if you're in your 20s. I don't care if you're in your 30s or 40s. As long as you got a breath to breathe, find out who you are, man. Get back to loving yourself. Get back to that. When you see that you love yourself and you generally care for the people that's in your circle and what's going on in your own community first, get back to that. You'll find that all this other stuff that's out here that you identifying yourself with don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You worried about eggs, them eggs always gonna be the same price. It ain't changing. The gas price ain't changing. That wasn't what made you make the choices you made these last couple months. That was just a smoke screen. Because if you really want to know why people made the choices they made since November up until now, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's got everything to do with your fear. And it's the weirdest thing. It is the weirdest thing, man. Like, people use the eggs and the gas as an excuse. People did what they did out of fear of losing their own way of life. And you got to drill down on that. Like, you would rather, if you don't have a lot of money, you still rather be that way to protect something you already don't have. You know what I'm saying? We got what we got because you people actively made a choice at that level, at the top level. That's why where we at. You know, people did that or went in those ballot boxes out of fear of their way of life. They thought their fear, they wanted to keep what they have, which is either nothing or a little bit or a marginally more than nothing. Because let me help you understand something. What you thought you was going in that box for, what you thought you was going in that box for ain't got nothing to do with you. It's never going to trickle down to you. It ain't going to trickle down to me. And I think I'm pretty good off. It ain't. It ain't going to come down to me. You know? But you did. But you did that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, and then you turn around on the flip side of it, people use, well, we want to, and the other thing that people talked about is, well, we want to keep the illegals, you know, we want to block the borders or whatever the case may be. Bro, keep it a buck. Or sis, keep it a buck, man. What illegal person has harmed you in your life? Or do you know have harmed anyone in your life? Name me one. Find me one that has harmed your way of life since you've been on this earth. I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet you $100 you can't. Because it ain't a real situation, man. You might get one or two, maybe 4 or 5 at the most that come over here and do something wild. But you get more people coming from other countries that ain't down in South America or Mexico to do wild stuff. And that's a fact. Go look it up. They had folks screaming and crying about Venezuelan gangs in apartment complexes in Colorado. That went away in 4 or 5 days. There was nothing there. They got you all scared about Haitians in Ohio. Wasn't nothing there, dude. Now they got you crazy about illegals coming through the borders down in Mexico. Ain't nothing there, dude. If anything, you know where you find illegal people? You know what those illegal people are doing? You really want to know? Do you? They're fixing your roofs so your roof don't leak when a torrential rain come through. When your grass get too high and you too lazy to cut it, or fix your flower bed, or fix the bricks around your flower bed, and put the mulch down. Guess who's doing that? Them. When you see new houses come up, maybe 5-10 miles away from you, guess who helping to build them? Them. They're working. You know what they're doing when they're working? They're making an honest living. And you know what that honest living, what they're doing? They're bringing their families over here. They're having children over here. Their children are going to school over here. Right? And those kids are doing good in school. Those kids aren't getting in trouble. Those kids are learning, thriving, doing good in school, smart kids. They're building their lives. They are doing the jobs that now we, and I'm talking about black people, and I'm talking about white people, I'm talking about whoever is over here, the jobs that we are too lazy to used to do in the 80s and 90s, they are doing them. They're in your drive-through windows. Yeah, they're at your McDonald's. They're at your Burger Kings. They're at your Arby's. Because we think we're too good to do them. And they're doing the jobs good. And they're not causing any issues. All this stuff to get y'all scared, man. And y'all take it all in. And then you identify yourself with that. Instead of taking the time just to do the quick research in your smartphone or on your laptop to get that done. Figure out who you are as a human being. If you have a family, then sit down with your children. Show them the truth. Not something that's been on there for 15 minutes. No, I'm sorry, not 15 minutes, but you got from 20 seconds. Tell them the truth. Go seek the knowledge. Research it. When I was growing up, yeah, I'm getting old. I'm gonna tell you, as you can see in my beard, I'm getting old. Still look good, I'm getting old. When I was growing up, my report card, I remember all my report cards, maybe except for like the last two when I was in high school. Those things said, one of them things on there was reading comprehension. It ain't on. When I look at other people's report cards, it ain't on there no more. It was a problem. People are mentally lazy, man. And it's because they got social media and they got the mainstream medium and they go to their outlets. And a lot of that is gaslighting, man. A lot of it is performative, just talking, man. Go get the real information. That's why you are at where you're at now. If people, I don't blame people from wanting to detach from people that are like that. I don't blame people for that because it needs to happen. Like, I don't blame people for getting tired of dealing with people that always identify with just their politics. I don't feel like hearing you talking to me about this, and this. No, how are you doing? Are you okay? If you can't communicate and get out of that, you're gonna have a problem. The way this world is going is trending to the place, or America is trending into the spot where people, you just gonna be talking over everything's gonna be over text. People ain't gonna want to hang out with nobody no more. You know, relationships, friendships, everything is becoming transactional now. Everything is because of the situations, and it's all circles around the same stuff. Everything is transactional now if you're not paying attention. Somebody will see you and then not talk to you for a whole month, and then come and call you and ask you for something, or text you and ask you for something. But yet you ain't said nothing to me, or you ain't said nothing to whoever in a month and a half and some change. But you reach out to ask for something. And I hear this all the time. You never call to check in with somebody, you never stop through to check in with somebody. And then if they don't help you, you don't hear from them. You disown them because you ain't get what you needed. Because people, one, it goes to another thing. People aren't getting the help, the mental health help they need. People not. Everybody think they tough. It's cool to be tough, right? Everybody think it's cool to be tough. I don't want to be crazy. I need you to go get some help. I need you to go get some help. There ain't nothing wrong with saying I need to go see a counselor. Somebody that's not tied to your situation, family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, sister, brother. There's nothing wrong with going to get help, dude. It used to be where that was a stigma was. They going to get mental. They going to see counselor. They must be crazy. Nah, dude. I just don't know. Me, I know I go get it. I just don't want to deal with no extra mess. I don't feel like hearing your biased opinion, because you gonna want me to do whatever it is you want me to do that fits your situation. Go get help, man. Go learn who you are. It's never too late in life to learn who you are as long as you're breathing. It's never too late to go get the help. You'd be surprised how much of a weight you take off yourself by finding who you are as a human being to help you function. to help you get through life and prosper and succeed and get the things that you need to get done. You'll be surprised, man, what you can do if you just go get the help. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with getting help, dude. But what you cannot continue to do is keep identifying yourself as a, a Democrat or a Republican. Anybody, look, I don't care about that because I'm gonna tell you what the real is. I'm gonna tell you what the reality is on stuff, man. Knock on wood, nothing happens to you. I hope and pray that anybody that's on my Facebook friends list or suggestion list, whatever the case may be, nothing happens to them. But the reality is, if something did, when your people got to go to the funeral home or the coroner gives you a call or stops by wherever the place may be, they're not going to ask you for your political, they're not going to ask your loved one for your political affiliation. They're not. They're going to ask the name. What do you think happened? Are you the next of kin? When you get to the funeral home, first thing they're gonna ask you, full name, you know, what type of service do you want? When do you want the service? Did that person have life insurance? What location do you want to have the funeral at or the service? Do you want them to have an open casket? Do you want to have it where they go get a plot at the cemetery, or do you want them cremated? But never once in any of those conversations will they ask what your political affiliation is. And I say that to say this. Those people don't care about you. They don't. If something was to happen to you, they are not attending your funeral. If your house was to burn down, they would not help you replace what you lost, or if you lost a loved one, they would not be there for you. You see what I'm saying? Them people don't care. Take care of the things that you can take care of the people or the things that you can control. And stop identifying yourself by your politics. Because that's not, you didn't come out of your mother saying, nah, I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat. You didn't go through first grade like that. You didn't go through fifth, eighth, ninth to college like that. And I'm sure you saw some brown and black people. I'm sure you saw some Italian people. I'm sure you saw some Latino people. I'm sure you went to school with a bunch of them. And you didn't identify yourself then with that. Human beings matter. That's the biggest point about this. Human beings matter, dude. People matter. Your family matters. Your friends matter. Trying to build and get to a place where everyone can succeed matters. But trying to blame stuff on DEI or stuff on border security when none of them people ain't bothering none of y'all, you ain't never seen one. I'm willing to bet you haven't. Them people not bothering you, dude. They don't care about you. They trying to work. They trying to make sure you even got vegetables and fruit on your table. Because if they not working them fields, how you going to get a banana? How you going to get avocado? I can't stand avocados, but how you going to get them? If your roof leaking, who gonna get up there to do it? They not here no more because you remember you was worried about immigration. Things that matter, man. People matter, dude. If you want to be real about it, everybody was immigrant somewhere down the line. If you read, you'll figure that out. Or you did read. You just ignorant. and lazy and don't care. But I'm telling you this, get back to being a human being. Because at the end of the day, all you have in your house is what you have. Them people in DC, they not coming to your house, dude. They're not gonna sit down at Olive Garden with you, dude, and have a conversation. Because all they worried about is protecting whatever it is they have. You know? All they doing is protecting what they have. And making sure you at the bottom ain't getting none of it. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Them folks they got their own villages up there, man. They protecting their investments. The rich people is who all this stuff is coming around to make sure they keep their money, cuz you ain't getting none of that money. You ain't getting none of them tax breaks, dude. They not for you. They just sold you a dream to get you out there to make a decision. And that okay, that's fine. You made a decision. Now you have to deal with the ramifications from those decisions, right? It was a good man. Now I know some of you have heard me say this. And one of my best mentors, man, he saved my life. I wouldn't have what I have right now if it wasn't for this man. You know, he saved my career in the Navy, dude. Like I was going home. I was going home, dude. You know what I mean? Joe Cernan, rest in peace, man. You know, that was my guy. He saved my life. He told me people, and this is right after I got into an incident, got in trouble. And he got me out of it. You know. But the thing he said, people do whatever they feel their lives can handle. And that stuck with me. Or people should. He said people should do whatever they feel their lives can handle. Then he turned and said, people do whatever they feel their lives can handle. And that is I've carried that with me the rest of my life. So when every time I see somebody do something wild or do something they know they shouldn't be doing, I am sympathetic for those who were affected, but not those who committed the act as much. And that's why. Because people do whatever they feel their lives can handle. All I ask of anyone is to not whine or complain to me about the results of whatever it is decision you made. Don't do that. And then don't turn around and try to troll or make fun of other people because of the decisions you made. Don't do that. Y'all chose, not all of y'all, but the majority, because of the majority spoke. You chose what you chose. If it's one of your relatives that gets snatched up, if it's you that, you know, one of your jobs is affected, you made one of those choices, if you had a contractor and they had a few folks that were illegal up there and they didn't finish breaking your house, didn't finish fixing your roof, and the contractor can't come out because they don't have no workers, and now you got a leak. Don't complain. Get back to being a human being. Get back to breathing. Get back to going outside. Get back to enjoying your family as the best you can. Lock in with your people. build with your people, even in your family. It could be a friend or whatever the case may be. Get back to that. But understand that you identifying yourself by your politics is dead, man. It's tired. And people tired of hearing it. People are tired of hearing it. And if you are older, well, it doesn't really matter if you're older in your 30s or 40s. Do this if you're in your 20s as well. Because again, that's a part of taking care of things that are happening in your life. Make sure that you got a will. Now, people, I don't, first thing somebody gonna say is, I don't plan on leaving here. Man, you don't know when you're gonna leave. This life is different. This life is different. Life is life, and you don't know. Get a will. Figure out who you're gonna make sure enact your will in the event that you knock on wood. It's a long time for a long time from now, but it's a reality. Put somebody in that, make sure you get somebody to enact your will that you know you just going to make sure to take care of your thing, and make sure you maybe have one or two of them just in case. Figure out who's going to be the beneficiaries on your bank accounts. And what I mean by that is, just because you put somebody down as a beneficiary on your bank account does not mean they get a bank statement every month like you do. That just means in the event that you do pass, whoever it is that you wanted to have be your beneficiaries, all they have to do, you put that in your will, those folks will be able to go do what they need to do on your behalf. And that goes to the third thing. Get some life insurance. I know most people already have it through their jobs, get some more. Or if you can't afford it, and I understand everybody's financial situations is different, get enough to where your loved ones, or whoever you make the executor or the executor, or the executor on your estate, doesn't have to come out of their pocket to have to take care of your funeral arrangements. Because a lot of people leave here, a lot of people leave this earth, and they don't have their stuff together. They don't have life insurance. So then a funeral cost is put in the other person's lap to have to care for your stuff after you gone. You're not going to do it. You're not going to know because you're gone. But you want to make it easier for those who are left behind to take care of your stuff and make it easy. Because one thing you don't understand, because you're not here, that's a grieving process. So they're having to grieve while taking care of your stuff. Something that they didn't plan on doing. You know what I'm saying? That is a lot to have for one person or two people or three people to have to deal with. And if they don't have it, and if you don't have those things in place at all, then you're really talking about an issue. You are really talking about an issue. Because understand this, at a minimum, if you just say a basic cremation and service, you looking at $4,500. That's at a minimum, depending on where you live. If you're looking at service, body, then cremation, you're looking at 10. If you say service, if you're saying service, body, and then repast, you talking about 15, 20, and then going to the cemetery, have a burial. You're talking casket, because casket go in the ground. Now you're talking plot, because that's got to be there. Now you're talking headstone. That's gotta be so you're talking about 30,000, $25,000, $30,000 for a funeral. Anybody just got $30,000 laying around for something you didn't plan on? No, because everybody got everything's going on. Everybody got something different going on. But I say that to say this: make things easier for those who are left behind to take care of your stuff. Make things easier for your family, your kids, your wife, if you got a husband. Make it easier for them to move on because we never set a lot of people now, especially in the black community. I'm just telling you the way it is. I'm pretty sure other people don't do it in other communities, but really in the black community, we don't set up ours enough as much as some do. Don't get me wrong, but we don't set ours up enough as we should to make sure the next generation is better than the one that passed on. We don't do that. We don't do that enough. That's a part of why we already, black people already start, 20 points down in the game. You add on another 20 by not handling stuff like that. So now you're down 40 points trying to catch up. And it makes you hard. It's harder for you to catch up just to get even in the game, as you see now. When you could just easily, if you take care of these things for your kids, you take care of these things for your wife, your husband, or case may be, or so the next generation can actually get a real head start. And you teach them and you mentor them. You teach them to read, comprehend. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things you need to be teaching your kids. You need to be teaching people, your friends, people that matter, people that actually you see on an everyday basis. Not the people on TV, not the people down there on Capitol Hill that you think you align with because you think you identify with them. They don't identify with you. It don't go in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Rich people don't identify with broke people. People, I don't know why people don't figure that out. They ain't trying to come back to that. They not coming. You know what I'm saying? They not coming back from Capitol Hill saying, "Yo, I'm gonna go down to Jasper's." You know what I'm saying? They not doing that, dude. They don't even go to Chick-fil-A, which is one of the most wholesome places you can go for a driving meal. People don't care about you, man. They care about the people who actually care about you. And the other thing is people was, families and friends was getting jacked up over the holidays because of these choices. Because one, people got, bothered by, families, this is, you shouldn't, disown your family member because it's wrong. It's not about the disowning. It's about caring about another human being that you've grown up knowing in your family. Your family member, your aunt, your grandma, your sister, your mom, women, men too. Let me remind, leaving the bros out. You know what I'm saying? But take care, care about the people, that, is in your family, in your circle, dude. They're people. You can't say, well, I'm a friend with you on 97% of these things, but on that 3%, I ain't messing with you. You just disowned them. You know what I mean? If one wanted, a woman's choice is a woman's choice. If they want to have a baby, or if they don't, or if it's due to, medical issues, they should have the right to do whatever they need to do. But why would you vote against that? Why would you vote against your sister? I got a sister. Why would I vote against my aunts? I got aunts. Why? You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things. Like some things don't need to be about me. Yes, I need to take care of myself. But if I could be there just to show some sort of solidarity for someone who I care about, that I see, that helped raise me or helped mentor me, or that I genuinely think is a good person, I'm going to do that. Get back to caring about your people, man. Get back to caring about those who in your life actually care about you, that you actually see. When you do that, man, life will be different. Life will feel different. You won't even pay attention to none of this stuff. But people matter, whether you like it, whether they're legal, whether you feel they're illegal. Them people produce so much that you don't even see things because you're not going out in them fields and getting them darn strawberries and avocados and the tequila, plants. You're not picking them. You ain't doing it. So why would you stop somebody else from doing it? Because something you heard 15 to 20 seconds of. It makes no sense, man. Things that you literally enjoy on a daily basis, you willing to scrap all that for some political figure that don't give two about you. That's unfortunate, man. I know I ain't keeping none of that around me though. Yeah, I don't want you coming in my house either. I don't even want to talk to you. To be honest with you, if you like that, because if you don't care about them, you darn sure ain't gonna care about me. You might say it in my face, but behind my back, go do something totally different. I don't trust you. So I'm in this like this, man. The human beings matter. People matter. They don't have to be the same color as you. They don't have to be the same. They don't have to have the same sexual preference as you. They can be transgender. They can be straight. They can be bi. They can be disabled. They can be black. They can be Puerto Rican. They can be Cuban. They can be Romanian. But they are still good people. And that's what matters the most. Take care of the people that be good to people, man. Because you never know when you may need somebody to be good to you. And with that said, y'all have a good afternoon, good weekend. Yeah, I'm still going to troll about the Eagles. But I got some stuff to do. I got to do later on, so I got to get out of here. But get back to being human beings, dude. Cut the political stuff because you're smarter than that. All you got to do is stop being lazy mentally. Get in that phone, right? It takes 5 seconds to research something and then go find it out. And that's all you got to do. I'm out. Y'all have a good weekend. Get something to drink, get something to eat, be with your family. It is what it is. And this is because I'm doing this on the behalf of I feel like it, because I feel like it pod. My guys ain't here. I want to do this on my own. If you got opportunity, hit the subscribe button. It ain't just gonna be basketball or football. It's gonna be talks like this as well, but that's more in the future. We're just getting this all together. It is what it is because I feel like it pod, man. Hit the like and subscribe, whatever the case may be. And y'all enjoy y'all evenings. And be family and be friends. All right, I'm out.